Today we're going to be covering some EAS scenarios, which are basically situations you do not want to find yourself in. For example, the zombie apocalypse is a pretty bad EAS scenario, or maybe Waldo escaping out of his book in order to hunt you down. Like that would be pretty spooky, and you gotta find him before he finds you. But then there could also be mundane EAS scenarios, such as like a spoon, an anomaly spoon that every bite you take with it of cereal just becomes super warm. Bro, that would actually suck really bad. Like imagine you're just having your Lucky Charms or Fruit Loops, and the next thing you know, the bite is piping hot. Oh my god. You know, that might actually be scary than a zombie apocalypse. Imagine eating warm cereal. Oh my god, that is nightmare. Dude. But that being said, most EAS scenarios are actually just like, you know, apocalyptic. They're just like, you know, the end of the world. And you know what? We're going to see if that's what today's EAS scenarios are going to bring about. So let's hop right into it. Now, the first EAS scenario that we're going to be viewing with our peepers today is called the Forgotten Human, which full stop, that is really ominous, but it's made by Wombat, so I mean, Wombat seems kind of chill. Hopefully this isn't, you know, apocalyptic. It might be though. We're about to find out. Anyways, we got to stop stalling. EBS. Wait, hold up. Is EBS and EAS different? Emergency broadcast system versus alert
This
system?
is an emergency alert for the following areas.
Emergency
All
alert?
residents are required to listen to this alert for the following reasons. This emergency broadcast is being aired in Basewood County, Smith County, and
Wait, we know
Sebastian
Basewood County. Where do I know that
An
from?
unknown 7-foot-tall entity has recently been spotted in all of the counties listed previously.
7 feet tall? Brother sounds kind of short if you ask me. I'd be looking down at all them 7-footers asking them how the weather is down there. Nah, but jokes aside, I'm actually 3'3", so these people are probably like giants to me.
Most reports of the entity being spotted have come from Basewood County. The entity is named
Basewood County, where do I know that from? Hold up. Oh, so Basewood County is an analog horror. It's probably one that a lot of people requested for me to watch and is on my list of things to watch. We'll hopefully get to that someday.
Most reports of the entity being spotted have come from Basewood County. The entity is named for reasons that we will explain.
The entity is named
will simply be doing its everyday routine. At one point, he or she decides to leave its home and work on their garden. The human will then hear someone yelling help. It gets curious as all humans do and decides to
Nah, bro.
investigate.
There's no way you can hear help coming from the woods and be like, yeah, you know what? I should check that out. And if you do, at least bring a war tank with you or something, maybe a stealth bomber, because you don't even know what you're going to encounter in the woods.
Further,
Brother,
as it
shotgun
leaves
ain't going to
the
help
garden
you.
and goes deeper and deeper into the wooded area.
Better than nothing.
It hears the voices getting louder. Help, help. At one point it decides to leave and go home, when it is then greeted by a long-necked creature known as the human panics.
The worm
They
cyclops?
think the has successfully lured its victim and eats it. To
What the
prevent this
fuck?
from happening, simply do not leave your home. If you live in a wooded area, it is encouraged that you evacuate as fast as possible into a populated area such as a city. If
Oh, so you
see
can't
the
even
hide
stay.
in a spot that is closed in. There is almost no chance of surviving this creature, however, as it has a neck that extends almost to any length in order to find its next victim.
Oh, hell no. Okay. You guys know about the, what is it? The Little Nightmares creature. It's either Little Nightmares or Little Nightmares 2, where there's this teacher monster that like has a neck that just keeps going. Brother, that causes nightmares. That is actually like sleep paralysis inducing. Well, more like you have sleep paralysis and it's the demon that you see. Nah, bro, that is actually
We
nightmare
encourage
fuel.
that you show this tape to any friends, family, or grandparents, as we care about your safety. Thank you for your time, and be safe.
Yo, wait, okay, hold up. That's another weird thing I've found with like a lot of these EAS scenarios. A lot of them at the end of it just say, don't tell other people about this. This is like just shown to you. Why would you even send that out to civilians, like to protect them and then tell them not to share that with other civilians? Like that just sounds so weird. This actually makes sense where it's like, no, you should definitely share this with friends and family. Brother, you don't want to see them deadified. And I mean, that makes complete complete sense. But anyways, that was an awesome EAS scenario. Thank you so much, Wombat, for this absolutely goated film. And with that being said, let's move on to the next one. The next EAS scenario we're going to be watching is called Avoid Your Family, and it's made by SCP Realize, which is a channel that we've been reacting to like a few times now because they actually just make really good videos. I'm probably going to say that about everyone because I don't think I'm going to upload the ones that aren't good. But without further ado, let's just see why we should avoid our family. Bible study with Jim Carling?
Please remain calm.
Wait, what was it?
Please remain calm. Do not turn off your device. Pay close attention to this alert.
You ever see this, bro? Turn off your
member of
device
your family,
immediately.
Most likely a cousin or uncle, maybe an anomalous imposter. If you have a family member named Johnny, they are likely not a member of your family at all.
Calling
have
out
infiltrated
all
your
Johnnies,
family.
dude.
They may have inserted false memories and may be exuding a
Wait, we've seen
powerful
something
mental
just
effect
like
to
this.
disguise themselves. This entity may also be expelling several cicadas from orifices, and may express devotion to various Christian denominations. Under no circumstances allow this entity to perform any religious ceremony or organized religious activity.
My favorite part about this EAS, my favorite part about this EAS scenario is that this seems very targeted towards one person. There's got to be like some Johnny that someone knows and they're like, yeah, let's just do a perfect description of this guy, but make it an EAS scenario. Except, why would they have cicadas walking out of their orifice? Okay, that's actually, I hope that's not real.
Christening, saying grace, praying within a church, or political activity for a religious cause. If the cousin Johnny entity performs any of these activities, then this may lead to a % casualty rate for all participants.
I feel like this is
over
vital
7 years,
information
and
that we should be
significantly
knowing.
Reduced quality of life. If you are able to view, understand, and retain information about this message, and believe your family to have been infiltrated, immediately leave the area. Contact your local police. When asked about the nature of your emergency,
oh my
say
God.
Cicada Profit Actual, yellow event followed by your location. Teams from the organization making this alert will arrive. You will be protectively detained. Your family will be protectively detained.
Yeah, I don't know if we should trust that.
Thank you for your attention and cooperation at this time.
What poor people named Johnny. If your name is Johnny and you're religious, brother, you better watch your back because people are going to be calling you out. Also, don't let cicadas walk out of your orifices. That's probably, a red flag for many reasons, but I mean here they explicitly say why it's bad. Now the next EAS scenario that we're going to be covering is called The Hum of Death, also a super ominous title, and it's made by Leitonair, which this is a new person. We haven't seen any of their videos before, but let's see if it's goated. Probably will be. Complete signal loss. And then a whole bunch of question marks. Emergency alert, your life is in danger. Oh yeah, explain. This is not a test. You are in grave danger. Give this broadcast your utmost attention. Okay. Watch it actually be real, bro. And they talking to you.
And your fellow citizens are in grave danger. An immediate shelter-in-place order has been demanded. An abnormal phenomenon is occurring. Mysterious creatures with no known origins or traces of information linked to them have appeared. This is an extremely dangerous situation. These creatures are animalistic and incredibly violent. Hundreds of citizens have already been reported dead due to the situation. You must take shelter in a building highly secured from the inside and out. All doors and windows must be locked. Hide in an inner room away from light. If you are found by these creatures, you must...
So, basically, I Am Legend zombies? Either that or we talking about drugged peoples. Your broadcast has been silenced. You are endangering yourself. And angering yourself. We could be angering ourselves at the end. Turn off your lights. I need those for the video. This might get me killed, but you know what? Lock your doors. I think I have double locked my door. I think. Hide inside. I am not hiding, but I am inside, so I got a 50%, which is probably a failing grade. They are thirsty for your blood. We gotta be talking about the I Am Legend zombies. If they find you, let them take you. Brother, that's a first. We've never heard that before. It is not worth the pain. Yo, that was really creepy, but I am a little confused as to where the hum of death comes in. I don't think we heard anything about hum or death. I mean, probably the whole thing was clouded in death, but the hum? Where would a hum, dude? Like, if you find yourself in a I Am Legend type scenario with those types of zombies, brother, your buns are buttered anyways. I mean, you might as well just take out the spare, you know, rocket launcher we all have lying under our mattresses. Just take one of those out. That's probably the best chance you have. Maybe take out a grenade or two from the freezer. You know, that's where we all store them. But other than that, you're basically just straight cooked, all right? There's literally no escape. Next up, we have Do Not Pay Attention, made by Rain Association, which is another channel we haven't reacted to yet, but hopefully their stuff is goated. I mean, you probably should, like, not pay attention to this one, though. I think that might save you, just based on the title, but we're about to find out.
This is an urgent notice issued at the request of
different
the Rain
voice.
Association. This is not a test. An unnatural phenomenon has been detected in your region. These bodies strategically manifest through auditory hallucinations.
Oh no, dude, we're about to hear some crazy stuff.
Voices including family, friends, and even loved ones.
Okay, the voice is changing.
From outside your home, darkened rooms, or through disconnected devices. These voices are not real.
These voices are not real.
Do not investigate
I'm on to you so
the
far.
source. Remain indoors. Do not engage in conversation, even if the voice sounds urgent, emotional, or distressed. The entities mimicking these voices have not been identified, but victims report strong compulsions to follow or interact after hearing them. This has resulted in multiple missing persons reports. All communication should be limited.
Yo, this is a
to
whole
verified
different type of
channels.
EAS.
If you are uncertain
Like, look at the
whether a voice
animation.
Belongs to a real person.
I like it,
does
though.
not.
Emergency services are working to isolate the source of the anomaly. Keep all entrances locked. Cover windows. Avoid mirrors and electronic screens to prevent them from displaying
Electronic screens. We both fucked here.
If you begin to feel uncertain about your environment, remain still and
Silent.
Remain
What?
still and silent. Only trust what you
Only trust what you see. Please stand by. You know what makes this EAS entity like really creepy is just the fact that you can't even rely on like one of your five senses, which is literally just makes reality around you. Like you can't even listen to anything and think that it could be real, bro. You just gotta plug your ears, say la la la, and hope that, I don't know, nothing appears in front of you, tries to consume you. Also, this Rain Association guy only has 623 subs now. I know I'm not one of those big YouTubers that if I say, hey, yo, could some of my subscribers, you know, subscribe to this person, give them some love. I haven't reached that point where I can really, you know, impact other channels. But if you guys enjoyed this EAS scenario, consider giving this man a subscription. This also applies to everyone else we watch. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. Up next, we have the Hitchhiker made by Alert World. Now, I know before you start sighing, brother, I gotta include Alert World into every EAS scenario. Bro, they make 2 go-to-the videos. We can't not watch them. Anyways, let's just see what the Hitchhiker's about. Apparently it's an SCP.
We interrupt your scheduled programming with a groundbreaking update on the series of deaths which occurred on the 19th. The Eau Claire Police Department
Series
have
of
identified
deaths?
the victims and are confident that there are no connections between them beyond the fact that they were driving alone late at night. As a result, investigators are urging everyone in Eau Claire, Truax, Seymour, and other surrounding townships to be on high alert and keep an eye out for Hitchhiker's dog given the facts surrounding the deaths and eyewitness reports. A hitchhiker was seen along the road
I
where
love how they're
victims
not,
were later found.
bro, they're not even calling them hitchhikers. They're like, these hitchhikers, you really gotta, whoa, hold up. That actually kind of almost sounds like a slur. I gotta be careful of how I say that.
If you must go out at night, don't go alone. All of the victims were alone when they were attacked. Investigators encourage travelers to carpool until the killer is apprehended.
Wait, so maybe just don't pick up hitchhikers, right? That's probably like your best defense. Just keep driving.
Attention, This message is addressed to all residents of Eau Claire and its surroundings.
Oh,
Please
Wisconsin,
pay
y'all
attention
people
to the
are screwed. I'm
information
sorry.
contained in this message.
Best of luck.
Eau Claire Police Department has officially confirmed that the deaths this past weekend are connected to the ones that happened last month, upping the victim count to 20 in Eau Claire alone. Investigators urge the public to avoid traveling alone on the back roads. If you have any information regarding any of the cases in the broader Eau Claire area, please make an anonymous call to the Health Spring Crime Stoppers Task Force at 778-330-2389, 778-330-2389. The task force describes the killer as a young woman with light-colored hair and dressed in red clothing. She is of average height and build, and has been described as looking out of place on the side of the road. A composite sketch informed by eyewitness reports gathered from across the county has been made. Investigators...
So everything is just saying she's average woman, other than like heavy makeup, which could make it harder to recognize her.
Investigators say she may be wearing heavy eye makeup, which could make her harder to recognize. If you believe you know this young woman, leave an anonymous tip with the Health Spring Crime Stoppers hotline. The killer is only active on the 19th of every month. An important police presence will be deployed this evening on the whole territory. These police officers will be patrolling all roads surrounding Eau Rouge. Police reinforcements from surrounding counties will be added to the existing police presence starting on...
Wait, what if the police find this person? Do they just neutralize the threat? Like what do they do to this hitchhiker? They can't get them in the car, because that's probably exactly what the hitchhiker wants. Do they just like look at them and they're like, yeah, we got you now, you can't go in anyone's car? Like, for real, what are the police gonna do? Because I assume they can't bring the entity in their car, because that's exactly what it wants. Maybe just like stop people from picking the person up, just like be on the side of the road near it. I don't know, dude.
October 18th. Please carry your personal identification with you at all times when leaving your home. You may be asked for your ID by patrol officers without a valid motive. Please cooperate in order to allow law enforcement to catch the criminals currently at large. The task force's first priority is preventing any more deaths from occurring during the investigation. Travel in groups, and to avoid the back roads when possible. 5 police officers have been confirmed dead today, bringing the killer's victim count to 25. New details are now made available to solicit the public's support. Every one of the 25 victims was killed inside their vehicles. They were driving alone after dark on the 19th days of the past months of August, September, and October. Each victim shares the same injury pattern and cause of death. The eyes were gouged out and the torso torn open, ribs and sternum broken, and the heart removed entirely. The missing organs are removed from the crime scene. The description of the killer remains the same. Blonde female, approximately 5 feet or 150 centimeters tall. Dressed in either
still
a
massive
red dress
to me,
or
bro. I'm still
skirt
3'3",
reaching the calf
3'4"
and
on a good day,
sweater.
though.
Wearing dark eye makeup noticeable from a moving vehicle. The composite image has been updated using more eyewitness statements. This is a portrait made from artificial intelligence.
Alright, full stop. If you are ever seeing this on the side of the road trying to, get a ride in the car, why are you stopping? Like, at that point, it's just Darwinism. Like, you might as well just be quelled from the rest of the gene pool. Like, there's no way a sane person is going to look at this thing and be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to stop for this and let this in my vehicle. Like, this is asking to die. There's no way, dude.
If you recognize this woman, call the number on your screen immediately. Due to the large number of family members who adamantly claim their loved one would never stop to pick up a hitchhiker, investigators believe the killer may be making use of gendered expectations to make her victims stop by pretending to need emergency assistance. Until the killer is apprehended, do not
don't
assist
stop
if
for
a person
anyone.
in distress
Doesn't matter.
attempts to get your attention while driving. Regardless of the situation, please do not slow down and call the authorities as soon as you feel it is safe to do so, and briefly describe where you are and what you have seen. Do not stop to take a picture of the person in need of help. Do not make verbal contact.
I feel like that would
If you
help so
decide
much to have an
disobey
actual
these
picture of them, though.
instructions, You may be subject to jail time. Only emergency vehicles are allowed to rescue a stranger seeking help. The killer's hunting ground has been confirmed to be within the bounds of the major highways surrounding Eau Claire, I-94, U.S. Highway 53, World
the
War
fuck?
I Veterans Memorial Highway.
There's no way people are actually still, like 25 people still stopped for this entity and we're like, yeah, you know what? You random female that I've definitely heard about for the past few days, just hop right in my car. Wait, when I get home, you're getting an ass whooping? What is this? Are these just like text messages? Oh, alert level 4. Alert level 1? What are these? That Canadian kid, Josh Ort. Oh, these are patrons. Bro, I thought these were about to be like Easter eggs or something, but no, they're actually just patrons for Alert World's Patreon. Yeah, that's what it's called. But yeah, if any of you guys see a hitchhiker, you better watch out, especially if it's a female with no eyes or whatnot and is carrying a knife. I feel like this is like just common sense still. Like, I don't know why people still pick other people up hitchhiking. Like, that just seems just straight dangerous to me. But hey, there are some gullible people out there, so we got to make sure everyone knows just in case. I mean, I guess 25 people in this scenario already got murked. They got their jelly beans eaten, all right? And nobody wants that. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to do another EAS scenario. We're gonna hopefully try and, include different, creators, because I don't want to stick to the same people. I want to, give more of a platform to other people who have also been doing, a lot of work on these types of videos, because I've seen a lot of comments about people being like, there are so many represented creators in this space. So hopefully we can reach out towards more creators in the future for this. But that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.